In our speech, we are going to be talking about a C4 Energy commercial that was broadcasted here in the United States. Have you ever stopped to think about the impact our consumer-driven culture has on our health and in our futures? As college students and young adolescents, we're often bombarded with advertisements and commercials that say they can help us be more productive and successful than we are now. However, these commercials are promoting products that can cause serious health problems to us in the future and make us more dependent on them, like energy drinks or something new like Neurogum that people are taking now. The rise of the energy drink market, particularly within the younger demographic, has caused a 70% escalation in the caffeine indigestion among caffeine-consuming children and adolescents. From 1977 to 2009, this data was sourced from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. The artifact we chose to analyze, like I mentioned before, is a commercial about C4 energy drinks. This artifact reinforces the hegemonic ideology of consumerism and features the so-called benefits of the consuming the C4 energy drink and it also talks about the people who like energy drinks. Our imagined artifact counters by advancing the resistance to the claims in the article and talks about how caffeine and energy drinks do for you and come up with more ideas on what energy drinks do. We also talk more about some of the side effects and some of the harsh chemicals that are often found in energy drinks like C4. In this speech, we will analyze our existing artifact and discuss our proposal for an imagined contrasting artifact. So, to begin, our existing artifact, we analyzed a C4 energy drink commercial with a subtle endorsement by Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is a well-known comedian that is also a movie star that starred in many movies that are comedically funny. He's advertising and promoting the sale of the energy drink C4. This commercial was released in the United States and broadcast on TV as well as ads on social media and any platform that has ads. Posted on April 12th, 2022, promoting the sale of the energy drink known as C4. To the people who like them and people who want to be successful, and young adolescents like college students. The ideology that this commercial promotes is consumerism. Consumerism is the idea that increasing the consumption of goods and services purchased in the market always a desirable goal, and that a person's well-being and happiness depended fundamentally on obtaining consumer goods and material possessions. These commercials push the idea that C4 energy drinks, or energy drinks in general, make you more successful and productive than you were always without them, and try to say that your happiness would increase because how they can make you successful and productive. These details can cause the consumer to believe purchasing this energy drink will lead to them being successful like Kevin Hart and be as productive as them, as shown in the commercial. Although it may, but highly likely, the commercial fails to consider the negative health impacts energy drinks have on the body. When researching the effects of caffeine in the energy drinks, you can find it can lead to an addiction and cause heart problems. And the addiction can make you more and more unhealthy with the chemicals and other harsh ingredients found in energy drinks. The artifact uses audios and visual features to promote consumerism. It includes such audios as fast-tempo music and Kevin Hart talking in the background while also doing stuff, and it's constant noise to show that he was productive, like drums and people talking in the background. It also had him answering a phone call while talking to us about how what the energy can do for you. The commercial also shows shots of Kevin Hart being overproductive, doing multiple things at once, while For example, like I mentioned, talking on the phone while talking to us and doing something else on the counter. And calming, you can do the same. It shows while his environment is getting more and more chaotic, how he can push through that and be more productive and be happier. As Kevin Hart claims what he can do for you in the commercial picks up speed and focus on the so-called benefits, as it mentions in the article. These supposed claims push the idea that the consumer would be productive and successful as Kevin Hart, and their happiness will depend on the consumption of the energy drink C4. This commercial benefits stakeholders such as the brand C4 and the people who like the energy drinks. It also benefits people who are endorsed by the energy drink and also people who enjoy energy drinks in general. It's a very chaotic commercial that promotes energy drinks, and it's a very thought out one at that. You could tell they took time with deciding what should go where and the timing of the video. However, here's the standpoints of people who are worried about what they put into their body and doesn't tell everything that the energy drink does. For example, when researching the health benefits of energy drinks, you can find it leads to heart disease, and it can easily cause you to get addicted on caffeine and energy drinks. Tim will now discuss the proposal for an imagined artifact that we decided to do.
Our proposal for an imagined artifact is a commercial that will focus on the health downsides of drinking C4. It will follow a similar structure to the original commercial, but instead of the original script, Kevin Hart will describe the negatives of drinking energy drinks. The commercial will be produced and created by Owen and I, and it will illustrate the harmful effects of drinking energy drinks. In particular, it will describe the ingredients and possible health hazards associated with them, as well as the risk of drinking caffeine. This commercial will be uploaded to YouTube and other forms of social media. The imaginary artifact would have been posted late April 2022, shortly after the original commercial was posted. Our imagined artifact will directly oppose the consumerism ideology proposed by the original commercial with ideologies of anti-consumerism and altruism. This commercial will enlighten the consumers possibly drinking and buying this product about the unmentioned health negatives of energy drinks. Thus, it will push forward the ideology of altruism and give the consumer the entire truth. In the commercial, the C4 energy drink was promoted as an entirely beneficial drink that will increase consumers' energy and productivity. The commercial fails to describe or purposely skips informing us of any of the health risks associated with the ingredients or the drink itself. Our commercial will support our argument by informing the audience of the health risks of the C4 energy drink that the commercial completely ignores. For starters, it will describe the energy drink's ingredients and the health risks associated with them. Additionally, it will inform the viewer on the downsides of drinking a lot of caffeine, whether it is daily or not. The commercial will still use Kevin Hart as the reader so that the audience receives the message from a trusted and influential figure. By adding these elements, the imagined commercial will include some significant rhetorical aspects that will elevate the impact it leaves on the audience. The first rhetorical aspect of the commercial will be the series of actions that Kevin Hart will perform like the original commercial. What will differ from the first is Kevin will then enact some of the negative side effects of drinking caffeine. As my partner previously mentioned, these include increased heart rate and blood pressure, dental decay, liver damage, depression, and aggression, and many more things. The camera will follow Kevin Hart as he goes through a series of activities, including some in the original commercial, like basketball and being on a set, but he will not be completely energized like in the original and enact the possible symptoms that I just listed. The purpose of this artifact is to emphasize the negatives of drinking energy drinks that are ignored by the original commercial so that the audience can be warned of the dangers. The second rhetorical artifact will also be from Kevin Hart. He will describe the ingredients in C4 and state the possible side effects from ingesting said ingredients. He will name, according to Illuminate Labs, sucralose, citric acid, and potassium sorbate, as well as many other ingredients. He will then describe the possible side effects of ingesting those substances, which can be very negative on a person's health. The rhetorical aspect will enlighten the audience of the potentially harmful substances they are drinking when they drink a C4 energy drink that the original commercial fails to describe. The third rhetorical aspect will affect the beat and music that plays in the background. As the commercial progresses, the music will become quieter and Kevin will talk with a less energetic tone. The quieting beat and music will emphasize how serious the health risks of drinking these energy drinks are. Kevin's tone and the music will express how energy drinks actually make you less energetic over time through the harmful ingredients. We will be able to promote our counter ideologies of anti-consumerism and altruism through these rhetorical aspects. The viewer of our commercial, whether they see it on TV or social media, will be impacted by its message and rethink buying the product. These stakeholders include anyone who sees the commercial and actively drinks C4 energy drinks or wants to. Those who drink other energy drinks may also be impacted. To summarize, the original commercial promotes a consumerist ideology through rhetorical aspects to target energy drink consumers and those who want to be more productive. Our imagined artifact is a commercial that opposes this consumerism ideology with ideologies of anti-consumerism and altruism. Companies have become so money-driven that they neglect the health of their consumers to sell their product. They will promote their brand through commercials and ads while purposely leaving out information about their ingredients that could be harmful to those that digest it. Our commercial will push companies such as C4 and other drink or food companies to improve the ingredients they add to their products. In return, consumers will benefit from the consumption of healthier food and drink and not have their health at risk. Thank you.